Hello, I'm Noga Halman, founder of UpsideDown Parenting, where parenting meets personal growth. And on this Monday takeaway, I'm going to show you what to do if you want to experience at least one day free of worrying about your children. Now, some days are more worry-free than others. You know how when you have a clear daily plan for every one of your children, when you know exactly where they are, with who, and you even have an idea what they're doing right now, it has a very calming effect. For example, if you have an 8-year-old, you get her on the school bus in the morning, and you know that the next time you need to worry about her is around 3 p.m. when you're expecting to see her again at the bus stop. And since she's completely dependent upon your shuttling her to friends and other afternoon activities, you are pretty much worry-free for the rest of the day. Now, we don't live in the Stone Age when mothers stayed back home in the cave while their men and their sons went away hunting bears. So why do we worry about our kids at all in this time and age when our life revolves around them all day and all night and we have a way to get in touch with them all the time? I mean, you can stick a cell phone in their pockets and have a Skype session with them every 5 minutes. But that creates even more stress, doesn't it? Especially since kids are known for filtering their parents. Now, this is probably not the first time you hear this. I believe mothers know best when it comes to releasing control. We do it every day when we deposit our kids in the hands of their caretakers and teachers. We let the grandma babysit, we go on vacation, and most of us probably experience closing our eyes on the couch for 10 minutes, even though we knew that our kids would decide that this is the perfect time to learn how to fry an egg. But what happens when the kids are more independent? When they are old enough to cross the street on their own? When they get their driver's license? When they backpack in India? We let them go. But a serious chunk of our peace of mind goes together with them. Now, being aware of this doesn't take away the worries. So what does? This is where Rabbi Nachman of Breslov comes to the rescue, helping concerned, caring mothers like you and me to take one day at a time. When the day begins, says Rabbi Nachman, I give over to God all of my actions and my children's actions and the actions of anyone who is dependent upon me, so that everything will happen as He wills, and that is very good. In a moment I'll show you exactly how I follow Rabbi Nachman's instructions. Now, Rabbi Nachman did not have an easy life. He also didn't have a smartphone. Living in poverty in Eastern Europe more than 200 years ago, 5 of his 8 children died at a young age, and he himself died of tuberculosis at the age of 38. He lived in such an unpredictable, turbulent reality, so as often happens in radical circumstances, when human beings stop hanging on to the idea that they're in control around here, it's just like riding an electric bike. You go through the motions, the pedaling motions, but it's the engine that does the hard work. You prepare your kids' lunches. You warn them for the 100th time to cross the street safely. But it's the engine that takes over once they're out the door. There's a producer running our parenting reality show, whether we like it or not. There are so many participants, our children and our spouse, our in-laws and the teachers, everyone. Each one of them is playing their part, and we mothers will never have more than partial influence over their attitudes and their whereabouts. But we can work on mastering our own attitude. Your choice is between experiencing a nerve-wracking day worrying and fretting about your loved ones, or a more joyful, stress-free day in which you trust that everything, every single thing, good or bad, that happens in our lives happens for us, for our children. If you follow my advice, says Rabbi Nachman, you get another side benefit, that you won't need to worry whether your children are behaving themselves in school or not, because God Himself is in the driver's seat. You don't have to worry about a carefully planned out day not working out as planned. There's a different plan, turns out. So on days when I remember to do this in the middle of the morning chaos, this is what I do. Okay, I'm going to be a little dramatic. I see in my mind's eye a picture-perfect family. I picture each one of my kids smiling their best smile. I see them in my mind's eye standing together in harmony, kind of a family picture where everyone says cheese. This is a very peaceful picture of my children, and I imagine that there is a light, translucent bubble surrounding them and protecting them. Then I picture myself gently lifting them upwards into this bubble, and into God's care. Literally allowing myself to feel a deep sense of trust and of anything and everything they might do or experience that day, anywhere they go, it's all happening for their ultimate good and well-being. That's how I give them over for the day. And then I do the same for my husband and even for myself. Now, if I find myself worrying that day, I remind myself that my kids are not alone right now. There's someone in charge 24/7. Whatever time of day you're watching this, give yourself a break from worrying. Imagine your children, wherever they may be right now, happy and protected. Then, in your mind's eye, hand them over to God's hands and remind yourself that whatever happens today, it will happen as He wills. Now, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. What works for you when you are concerned about your kids regarding dynamics that are not in your control? And what do you do when you want to eliminate those worries? If you were empowered and inspired by this video, make sure to go to UpsideDownParenting.com and leave your comment there now. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and the buttons next to the video, and share this video with other mothers in your family and in your community who would like more worry-free days. Don't miss out on any of our valuable parenting tips. Subscribe to our mailing list on UpsideDownParenting.com. It's totally free. And until next time, get curious about the parenting challenges that come your way, because they are your custom-made opportunities to step into the person you want to be.